Hello and welcome to the Monday morning movie talk with Matt. I'm Matt from Fuzzy Loaf. So I wanted to try something out this week, and this is a show where I'll talk about the weekend box office numbers, as well as talk about what I've seen that week, and then do some predictions at the end for the next week's weekend box office numbers. So let's get right into it. Um, to my surprise, I didn't think this was going to be number one. Pitch Perfect 2 at 70 million. Um, I saw this movie this weekend, Saturday morning with my girlfriend. It was good. It was funny. There was a lot of racy jokes that I would not have chose to put into the movie. And unsurprisingly, it did not do very well worldwide or foreign in the foreign markets, but it did really well domestic. And then number two, we have Mad Max Fury Road. I also saw this Saturday night. This one was really good. It was really high octane action, kind of gory, over the top stuff if you're into that. This one, Mad Max Fury Road, was at 44.4 million. And then for number three, which was the biggest surprise to me, was Avengers Age of Ultron at 38.8 million. I was really surprised this didn't crack 40 million. I thought this was still going to be number one. I thought that Pitch Perfect was going to be number two, and then Mad Max after that. But yeah, and then rounding out for number four, we have Hot Pursuit at 5.8 million. This one I would have guessed would be number four. This is a normal girl-centric comedy movie. Pretty similar to I'm not going to remember what it's called, but Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy were in a movie that was pretty similar to this last year. And then for number five, I have no idea how this is still on the list. We have a tie based off of Box Office Mojo's numbers. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 at 3.6 million, and then Furious 7 at 3.6 million. Hopefully this week will be the week that Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 gets pushed off the list. I have no idea how this is still on the list at all. Just amazes me. So as I said, I saw Pitch Perfect 2 this weekend as well as Mad Max. I think that Mad Max was better, obviously, because that's more my type of movie. Pitch Perfect 2 was still good. Mad Max felt a little long if you haven't seen it yet. But there was a lot of really cool action. And, George Miller said that this is the Road Warrior version that he would have made in the 80s if they had the technology and the budget to do so. So if you're a fan of this series or if you like action movies at all, you should definitely go see it. For Pitch Perfect 2, it's an okay movie. I think a lot of people were giving it in like the 8s or, like a 4, if you're on a 5-point scale. Which I think is appropriate. It was a good movie. The music was a lot better this time. The characters felt a bit more one-dimensional and played into their stereotypes more, which just made the movie feel more offensive. For instance, there was a Hispanic character that was in the first movie. At least I'm pretty sure she was in the first movie. And in the first movie, she was just normal, didn't have like a Hispanic accent or anything. And in this movie, she had a really thick Hispanic accent. And then every time she talked, it was like really racist Hispanic stuff. Like she said that she was like smuggled in a cargo ship over to the United States. Like that's not a very respectful joke to make. But unsurprisingly, Mad Max did better foreign market than Pitch Perfect 2. So if we're looking at totals, let's see what Mad Max did this weekend. Mad Max did 109 million worldwide, whereas Pitch Perfect 2 did 108 million worldwide. And that's with 38 million foreign and 70 million domestic. And then for Mad Max, we have 44 million domestic and 65 million foreign. So, yeah, maybe in the next few weeks, maybe this is like a Kingsman where it's like a sleeper hit and it'll do well stay in the top 5 for week after week after week. But who knows? Otherwise, Avengers: Age of Ultron, like I said, I was really surprised that this fell this far. It saw a decrease of 50%. I think last week it was number 1 at, let's see what it was. It was number 1 at 77 million, which was 60% lower than its opening week. So it's actually, I don't know. It's doing really well. It's made over $1 billion so far. So I mean, it's still doing fantastically. I'm just surprised that it fell off this fast. But it could be because Mad Max is another action-centric movie. Yeah, and then Hot Pursuit, I don't think will be in this next week, and neither will Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, hopefully. So opening this week for the week of May 22nd, we have Tomorrowland and Poltergeist. Tomorrowland, I think, will crack the top 5. I don't think it'll make number 1. I think Pitch Perfect will still be number 1. Mad Max will still probably be number 2. Avengers will probably be number 3. Tomorrowland might be number 4 with Hot Pursuit as number 5. And then Poltergeist, I don't think will do well. First off, this is not a good time of year for horror movies. Horror movies do a lot better in the fall. And from what I've heard, a lot of people, A, don't know this movie is coming out, and B, the people that do know about it aren't excited for it to come out. So I don't think it really stands a chance. But if you have any predictions, leave them in the comments below. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know if you like this, and I'll do more of them. Otherwise, maybe I won't. So you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Hagnerd, Hagnerd. You can follow Fuzzy Loaf on Twitter at Fuzzy Loaf. You can find us on YouTube if you're watching this somewhere else. Just search Fuzzy Loaf. And yeah, smell you later, geeks.